Hey everyone, stick with us versus Herd. If it's your first time here and like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up, say what's going on right now. S&Ps are down 43, Dow's down 208, NASDAQ down 324. Had to take a breath there. It's like, whew, man, NASDAQ getting clapped. Clap. Happy Tuesday. Feels like Monday, but it's Tuesday. And I mean, I think people needed the day off, yesterday. What's going on, Jeff, Christopher, Carl, Jay Harvin, Derek, CW, Joshua? What's going on? How you doing? What is happening? Whew. Yeah, we're gonna have a pretty interesting day. I think we're gonna have a pretty interesting day. I mean, the good news is, I think that day trading is going to be good again here. VIX up to 35 again. I mean, not that it didn't really drop that much on Friday, but we did have some downward action towards the end of the day because we had a V-shaped recovery on Friday. Didn't necessarily go green on the day, but on SPY, as you can see, it was a nice V-shaped recovery. Saeed, how you doing? But yeah, today we got a couple things. We got a couple things to kind of go over today. Kind of see what the plays are for the week. Gonna see what the some of the stock market news is now. A couple news related things. First off, we're gonna get back into earnings here a little bit. I think this week's earnings is pretty good. In terms of options. We're gonna have Lululemon, Slack, aka Work. Peloton, Chewy, Oracle's, I don't know. We'll see. Or the thing about Oracle, they're in the news right now because they're putting in a bid for TikTok. Whether they get it or not, I don't know. But Oracle's in there, and Aurora Cannabis, which I'm probably not going to trade Aurora Cannabis, and GameStop probably not going to trade either. My focus, if I trade earnings, it really depends what happens today. With the higher volatility, it will impact earnings, whether it's priced in or not priced in, whether the drop happens or rip up or whatever. We don't know what's going to happen yet. And I think that's kind of what makes trading pretty exciting is like, hey, the way the day starts doesn't mean that's how it's going to end. We've seen that over and over and over again. And I think that's part of the reason why we like trading so much is because it's unpredictable and we're not sure where the day is going to start, where it's going to end, and every day is different. And, some people like myself like the challenge. So Lululemon, definitely be looking at today. Slack, those will be, I'll be looking to sell some premium in there. We'll see what happens. If we have too high a volatility though, we're not going to get the premium crush that we've been getting. So maybe there's a play there. Maybe there's not a play, but in terms of Lululemon has a pretty strong online presence. They've been ramping up pretty high right now. They might come down to the 50-day, which would be 337 area. Right now on the implied volatility is just 126%. So it's not that high. Usually we'll see where it opens up today. Usually for Lululemon, it's like 180, 220%, somewhere around there. So it being at 126%, relatively on the low end. So there may not be an opportunity in there to sell some premium. Same, let's take a look at Work as well. Work right now, I like Work down here around 28, nice support. I think I traded it last quarter and it worked out pretty well. Implied volatility at 200% for this week, so that looks pretty good. We'll see what happens. They've been in consolidation. They came back to 28. They ramped all the way up to 40, dropped hard, and now they're still back at 28. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Work is a byproduct of I would say it's a COVID safe stock. However, with this competition with Microsoft, it's not performing nearly as well as some of the COVID safe stocks like Zoom, Peloton, that kind of thing. Yo, Mr. Wright, what's going on? Rodney, how we doing? Samir. Lulu is high because ladies need to look good to get married. What the? What the? Some people just maybe they like the product. I don't know. I mean, Lululemon is in the lane of its own. It does its own thing. You can't. People are like, I can't believe is this high for yoga pants? Yeah, when yoga pants make billions of dollars. Let me see here. When yoga pants, make billions of dollars, you're gonna. Retail stores are at 40%. Direct to consumers at 53%. I don't know. People been hating on Lulu, but at the same time, it's ripping Short's face off, so they don't really care. YouTube chat looking for stock advice. Oh man. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys a little wellness check? How was the weekend? Are you guys a little bit shook after, Thursday and Friday, and then coming into Tuesday, I almost said Monday, and seeing that the market is way down? What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking? It's gonna be okay, I promise. We'll make it through the end. We'll make it through. We always make it through. The question is how rough is it gonna be? Thought Tuesday would have been green. Tuesday. And futures were up over the weekend. Woke up disappointed. Sweet bounce. Yeah. And I was saying this in the Discord. The one thing that I think that is in the Bulls' favor. Well, there's a couple of things in the Bulls' favor. One, it's the chart. Chart undeniably bullish in all aspects. Doesn't matter what you're looking at unless I don't even know. But if you're looking at SPY, Qs, Dow, everything is relatively on the bullish side, right? Now, think about it over the weekend, like futures opened up Sunday into Monday. They were low volume. Like I said, like they could instantly be flushed because there was no volume. Now that we're getting some volume on it, obviously futures are down. But the other thing that is happening here is the harder that we flush, the harder we're going to rip up. And I truly believe that. Even in the pandemic, if we go back into, let's go to SPY, look through the pandemic. Even though the pandemic, we crashed from 340 down to 218, right? But we had major green days. We had huge rips down and then major rips ups. I don't know if you guys remember, the president was tweeting oh, we had the biggest day gain in the history of the United States, blah, 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 talking it up. Obviously we still went down, but it was complicated. It wasn't like, oh, you can just hold short for forever. You would get your face ripped off unless you were trading monthlies, and all this happened in a 30-day time span. We went way down, and then we took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to get back up to where we were. 1 month to bring us down, 5 months to bring us back up. So, the one thing that I will say is that, with the heightened volatility and the major moves down, we're gonna have major rip ups as well. So that's really, really what I'm thinking. So I'm not going full on bear. I'm not going full bull either. Right now, I'm trying to stay more neutral and try to understand, what's happening with the market. Obviously, the volatility spiked when we had the Apple and Tesla stock splits, and then we had the Dow and S&P realignments or readjustments, whatever you want to call them. And Tesla was excluded, and Clarence, I'll talk about Etsy. Tesla was excluded from the S&P probably because they couldn't figure out the weighting and the volatility, and Tesla's a huge stock, but they didn't want to include it in the S&P. not doesn't mean that it's not going to perform well. Sure, like Tesla had major FOMO going into the stock split. Same with Apple. Tesla also, I mean, it's been performing well without being in the S&P, so it doesn't need the S&P to perform well. Obviously, if it was included in the S&P, that would have been a nice catalyst to boost it up, probably a sell the news event anyways. But, I mean, we're only like, 5 days into the stock split for Tesla, and it's shedded 180 points or so. So, you know, what's your bias? What stocks you holding? Oh yeah, I Mr. Wright, I go through everything, man. I go through everything. So I'm not 100% cash right now. I am long, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Etsy real quick. So Etsy was included into the S&P. Obviously, it's getting a little bounce here. After hours, you know, obviously it went from 103 all the way up to 112.50, and now it's kind of chilling, but we'll see. Etsy was included in the S&P, but it doesn't seem like it's moving it that much to the higher end. Real quick, Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat, kind of interesting. I do have a 1:30 call for Beyond Meat, and there was a couple things that happened to Beyond Meat this morning. Yo, Sleepy Elephant, thank you so much for the $2, man. Beyond Meat, they signed a deal to open a new facility near Shanghai. Also, Beyond Meat got a little bit of news with Starbucks. They're adding plant-based menu items across Asia. That includes Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods and other people. So, other companies, so say. Yeah, NKLA, GM took also a 11% stake in NKLA. So they took a $2 billion position in NKLA this morning. So that's going to be moving the market. So we have a lot of things, I would say, a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things to trade right now. I am long my portfolio right now. We're going to see what happens here. I am long Walmart here, so I'm long Walmart for October. Looking for some of the Walmart Plus news here take off. I'm also long Microsoft in October as well, which I'm down a little bit on that position, and I'm long Beyond Meat, which I'm down on because they just sold off massively last week. The worst part about it is Beyond Meat was profitable on Friday, and I was out and about, and I came back. I'm like, man. I'm down a bit on Beyond Meat now. So I guess we holding. So kind of what I've been doing, you know, with this heightened volatility. So I have my core positions here that have gotten rocketed a little bit by the downward moves. However, but what I've been doing on a daily basis I've been focusing on the day trades to get back to green. So, you know, all is not lost just because your core positions are going against you. And I guess we holding is the story of my life. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I guess we holding. New t-shirt idea. You know, you'll have your core positions, and you know, my beliefs about Walmart and Microsoft has not changed, even though the market, we're having a couple down days, right? And my core idea about that position hasn't changed. I still want to trade the Walmart Plus news. I still want to be long Microsoft. Now the question is, you know, do you have enough time? And the answer right now is yes. I have 40 days on those. So, you know, I don't get shook out of those like core positions too easily because, I mean, we have a lot of time. I mean, even with the higher volatility, I'm still green Walmart. Walmart is still up 30%. So I still think that those are good positions, so I'm going to hold on to them. But in the meantime, while we're taking some losses up front, I'm going to day trade my way back to green. Also because of Microsoft. My position has nothing to do with the Xbox. It's more about the TikTok and the other news and being cloud-based. But Microsoft also announced this weekend, they revealed how much their new Xbox is going to be, and I think it's going to be available on November 10th. Microsoft's going to be releasing it for $299, which is, I mean, that's pretty aggressive. The Xbox Series S, I mean, it's going to, where's the, no specs? No specs. There's no specs in this one. Thanks, CNBC, for not including any specs about the machine. So, I mean, it's definitely more. I can see if I can pull up some specs here. I don't know if anybody's a nerd in here like me, but you gotta, here we go. So they're going to, man, why, this is a month old. Why are there so many leaks? But it's going to have 120 frames per second, 1440p resolution, 512 gigs of storage, 4K media streaming, and man, for $299, that is a pretty bold move. Pretty bold move. So, I think it's going to be pretty legit. Oil's down 7%. Gold's down, and people are like, I don't understand why gold's down and the market's down. Doesn't gold go up when the market goes down? Christopher, my game plan is to get people to subscribe to Game Pass as their income stream. Yeah, agreed, Christopher. I'm on it. I'm on Game Pass. I got Game Pass for PC. I got Game Pass for Xbox, and I've got zero time to play. Yeah, actually, gold's holding up relatively well. But Sleeping Elephant, there's always like the comments. You always get the comments like, why isn't it up higher? Why isn't gold pushing up higher when the market goes down? Because precious metals is not an inverse of the stock market. Same with VIX or volatility. We saw VIX and VXX climbing straight up while the market was climbing straight up. So it's not necessarily inverse. So you gotta trade according to plan, not just inverse one or the other. If you're here right now, say what up. If you guys can do me the favor, hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. I think this week, I think the main thing for me in this last month or so, coming into the higher volatility, I think in the super bullish markets, I know personally, I got a little bit sloppy because you could get a little sloppy. We were just going straight up every day, and you could just make money. And that's what was happening. We were just going straight up. You could buy a call over here, make money, buy a call over there, make money. And honestly, when there's higher volatility, we're going to have major down moves. We're also going to have major up moves. So you have to be disciplined in taking your profits. Otherwise, your profits will be taken from you. As you can see on Beyond, I was profitable. Now I'm not on Beyond. On Tesla, on Friday, I was only down $28 on Tesla. It was $418. And now I'm not going to be. I was profitable on Tesla at one point in time, and now I'm not. So in this market, take your profits. Take your profits. Don't second guess like, well, maybe I can get more. No. Look at what's happened. The market has shifted. The market has changed. Okay? The market is in a different area than it was a month ago. Everything's different now. So we have to trade differently. The sooner that we pivot our strategy, the better. Because if we just go into the market the same way we've always been, our accounts are going to go to zero because we're gonna trade aggressively. We're going to aggressively buy the dip, and then we're not going to take profits. We're going to let it run. And this is not what we want to do right now, at least for me. Make your market. Don't let the market make you. Exactly. And yeah, you're going to take some losses, but how do you know? People are like, hey, how do I know when to change my strategy? When do I need to? I don't want to change my strategy every 2 days and then the market goes back to normal, right? No, I'm not saying you want to do that, but as your losses start piling up, that's when you have to start understanding that you need to make a change. You have to make a change. Yeah, I'm going to make changes in terms of adding more day trading versus when I was primarily just doing swing trading because day trading was relatively boring. We were relatively flat almost every single day. and now we have higher volatility, so we have more opportunity during the day. And now I'm going to keep my overnight risk a little bit on the lower end. Sure, I'm going to still have my core positions, but I'm going to keep overnight risk at a lower end. Or if I feel like I want to hold something, you're gonna have to delta hedge that right now. And you may say, like, I don't want to delta hedge, I don't want to hedge at all, but you're gonna have to delta hedge if you're gonna be holding some bags over the overnight. Nikola might beat Tesla to the S&P, and that would be horrendous if they did that. I mean, I know that nobody likes Elon Musk, and I mean, they got rid of Exxon. I mean, they can add Tesla, right? Thanks SoftBank for pumping the market. What a market! Yeah, I mean, they really. I don't know if anybody knows what. Does anybody know what he's talking about? I can pull it up. If anybody looked into it, so SoftBank, man, why is CNBC or CNN? So SoftBank, basically, it was exposed for, I don't know if you necessarily want to call it market manipulation, but it was some shady stuff. So SoftBank bought $4 billion worth of options tied to Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix, and it said that the options generated an exposure of about $50 billion. The side of the bets means that SoftBank CEO, I don't even know how to say, Masayoshi Son, is now being called the whale, a heavy hitter with the power to move markets on his own, but investors in this company are nervous. So, I mean, these guys, Elephant, man, they are savage. Like, they're going, so if they're at a point where they can manipulate the market, and especially people that watch flow. Like, if you're on Cheddar Flow Algo, you're watching blocks and sweeps, and you're watching that whole thing. We don't need to get into that right now, but you're going to be watching, like, oh, there's large orders in this. Maybe we should get into this. Maybe this is happening. Why is this person doing this? So he's making sizable bets to potentially manipulate the market. Now, obviously, it's not proven that he's manipulated the market, but they're saying that he has size to manipulate the market. Think like Bitcoin, right? And shareholders are nervous because, like you're saying, Christopher, he's basically Wall Street betting, like, okay, I'm going to put 10 billion in Netflix calls. like, or whatever. He bought 4 billion worth of options, which 4 billion, like, when we look at like huge orders, we generally look at, like, wow, $20 million was bought worth of Tesla calls, or wow, $15 million of calls worth Apple was bought. Apple's might be bullish. Someone's making a big bet. So with this exposure, I think that it may be bad that, like, especially for like the blocks and the sweeps and all, that whole thing, and looking at big orders, right? And seeing who's paying above ask, who's paying, that whole, who's rushing in, it's going to make you I think it's going to make you second guess, like, okay, are these orders really true? I mean, kind of like Bitcoin, there's Bitcoin whales, right? That's unregulated. That's saying, hey, I can move, if I trade enough Bitcoin, I can move the market up or down. I can flush the market. I can make the market rip up. And that's what it means to be a whale. You have the ability to move the market on a massive scale. So he took $4 billion, and they're saying that he moved the markets because people rushed into them. And I mean, I agree that we went up too fast, too quick. What's going on, Ariana? So I do agree with that. But at the same time, I mean, he took $4 billion and he's moving the markets like trillions. I mean, just crazy. The thing is, he didn't put it into he put it into Amazon, Microsoft, and Netflix. He did not put it into. I don't know. I don't know the exact list. Where's the exact? Do they have the exact list on here? They're gonna make me pay. I don't think I don't have a subscription. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But well, to write those contracts, the seller had to put up how many hundreds of thousands of shares? Yeah, Johnny, I agree. I mean, like contracts are not just created out of thin air. So I don't know. I gotta look into it a little bit more. But yeah, the guy. I mean, he went nuts. He went nuts. So we'll we'll see what happens. What do you think about Slack? They have earnings today after hours. I think we went over it a little bit ago. Guru, Kusuru. I think work is good down at support, so maybe trade that. We'll see. Their last earnings, they had a massive run up, and then they sold off, came back to support. So, you know, I might be looking to sell some premium in there. Also Lululemon. But right now, I mean, the market has kind of stopped bleeding. We opened up in about 3 minutes. I mean, Dow's still down 250. S&Ps are down 50 and NASDAQ down 366. But, I mean, we're coming back down. If you're looking at SPY, we're coming back down to support on Friday. And Qs, same thing. We're revisiting the lows here. So are we gonna flush at open? Are we gonna be chill at open? What do you guys think? Place your bets. Are we gonna rip up? Are we going to rip down, or are we going to be flat at open? They're going to be like, hey, what in the world is going on here? Or is massive money going to pile in? What do you guys think? Down for sure. You think we're just going to flush right down? Boeing has some bad news out this morning. What was Boeing's bad news? Boeing was having some issues. Here we go. If anyone trades Boeing, I think any news about Boeing is bad, usually. The Federal Aviation Administration said it's investigating manufacturing flaws affecting certain Boeing 787 jets. It did not elaborate further, but the Wall Street Journal reports that manufacturing issues potentially stretch back almost a decade. I mean that is... The manufacturing issues potentially stretch back almost a decade. A decade. I mean, it's over, guys. I mean, Boeing is officially a piece of garbage. It's a piece of garbage. And the fact that they did these things, and maybe knowingly, maybe not knowingly, I don't know. I mean, I would think that the people at Boeing are relatively smart people, being engineers, and, you know, I think they probably would see this. I mean, did they cover it up? Did they not cover it up? I don't know. And what's up with the FAA not able to identify these issues that span back a decade? Like, what kind of checks and balances are going on here? You know, just greasing each other's hands. I mean, this is terrible. It's terrible. Thoughts on SPY going up in the first 3 minutes of opening? I don't know, man. I like that we're back down at support. If anything, we're not like below it, but at the same time, I mean, people could just like bail. Yeah, DKNG. You guys excited? I think football is going to be starting up. You guys excited for football? I like DKNG, and in this area, I think as just accumulating shares. I think DKNG is going to be obviously good for the long term. For the short term, I think they're going to have a little bit of choppiness like they're experiencing now. You know, they did add Michael Jordan, but it's back down to 35. We're revisiting the 50-day moving average, which is fine. You know, it has some really nice consolidation. So once it breaks out of consolidation, I think that it's going to rip. But right now, obviously, the market's not going to move that much. And NFL won't last without suspending a bunch of games. I think without a bubble, it's not going to last. Hey, the NBA started back up. Why can't football? I think that the NFL, I mean, even Goodell said that he wished that, you know, they supported Kaepernick which is a little bit too late, I would say. How many years ago? But I don't know. Maybe they'll make concession. I don't know. All right, market is open. Market is open. Yeah, right now, the market, yeah, S&Ps are down 56, Dow's down 292, NASDAQ down 380. Man, it's just getting smashed. Smashed. All sports hurt, college towns too. Yeah, what's going to happen here? I mean, the market, SPY's moving down a little bit here. DKNG, yeah, Qs are revisiting. They made a new low here. It's not necessarily flushing, but man, Square's back down to 137. I would like it to come down to 130. I have a 29.30 call debit spread on work expiring in line 11. And prayers up. Prayers up for real. Yo, Tesla though. Tesla, 16%. Yo. If you're not a long-term shareholder on Tesla, you're getting obliterated. Obliterated. Dang, man. They really took Tesla out. Let's see what happens here. We do have, I mean, obviously all red across the board. Only thing really green on my watch list right now is Domino's Pizza, TLT. TLT crashed on Friday? And TLT dropped like a rock on Friday. That was a buy the dip moment right in there. Did anyone trade that TLT dip here? That was definitely buy the dip at close on Friday. Let's see if it comes back down. We'll see. Right now, I mean, the market, I mean, it's down, but it's holding. Apple holding at 115. Definitely some. Don't forget BA on your list. Yeah, BA. Ariana, I am not trading. I am not trading BA. No. No. Yeah, looks like we're Tesla's halted? I don't think so. No, Tesla's still moving. I mean, it's not moving in a good direction. But Beyond Meat just turned green. Domino's is green. Beyond Meat's pushing up. That looks promising. Yeah, IBM chilling. But yeah, everything is red. Let's go Domino's. No, Tesla's moving on my screen on Tastyworks. Doesn't even say it's hard to borrow on Tastyworks. Told you they weed out the weak hands on Tesla. Yeah, I mean anything that rips up parabolic like that, I mean, expect some downward movements. Can you check play? Play. Yeah, I mean they had some nice consolidation, Dave and Buster's here, breaking out. I mean, it's coming up into resistance, so I would be careful around 20, honestly. Obviously, not investment advice for entertainment purposes only, but I would just be careful. Workhorse on the move. NKLA's up. So I think that's where the plays are gonna be, guys. Yeah, Workhorse is moving up. NKLA is just chilling though. It's up 28%. Gapped up $10. These options are up 2,000% on the weeklies. Whew. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that GM was going to take a position on there, but I guess, I mean, it's definitely a smart play for GM, no doubt. They're like, we missed the Tesla move. Let's invest in another company now. NKLA obviously doesn't have a track record, doesn't even have a product, but that $2 billion is definitely going to go a long way. But yeah, Qs are trying to bounce down here. So for me, looking at like a potential day trade right now, I'm gonna chill, see if we can create. I mean, we have some nice ranges to trade right now, but the question is, are we gonna continue lower? Are we gonna be flat? If we are flat, it'll definitely kill some premiums, making day trading a little bit more. I mean, it'll be cheaper for sure, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, my core positions, obviously, my core positions today were a bit on the red side. So we definitely needed a bounce today. I definitely needed a bounce. So I needed, I mean, I'm down on SPY for sure. I mean, SPY got axed $7. So we'll see, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. But not too concerned. We'll day trade. I'm gonna do some day trades. We'll make some money today, you know, and that's the thing. Even if your core positions are red, you have to maintain, like, you can't be emotional about anything, because I obviously knew that when I put these trades on, there was a probably a big possibility that today was going to be red, you know. Puts on VXX. I mean, let's see. VXX. I wanted VXX to get to 35, and it just couldn't do it. So, I mean, VXX does look like it's coming down a little bit, but will the market let it? It hit 34, definitely 34, 33 was puts area for VXX. I do think that if we can get some upward movement, VXX could come down to like 29, 28 today. So, I would say possibly. Square's making a reversal here. I mean, this is definitely a good day trading stock. If anyone wants to trade, it's already moving up from 137 up to 141. That's huge. I don't trade the first 15 minutes of the day, no matter. I mean, obviously, if I'm profitable, I'll take positions off, but I don't open new positions within the first 15 minutes just to be safe. Just to be safe. But yeah, we're gonna. Beyond is pushing up to 126 now, so I think Beyond could be a good buy down here at support. Had some good news, had some good catalysts. I don't know if it's going to be enough to push it back up to 140 or not, but maybe 135. We'll see. I got some time on it, but Beyond definitely was not my friend on Friday. I mean, that drop on Beyond was disgusting. I mean, it faked you out here, pushed up, and then just did nothing but drop. It dropped 14 points after that. So, I mean, Beyond definitely is a face ripper, but it is up 6 points from its low on Friday. So there's probably not a whole lot of good stocks to invest in right now. So hopefully people pile into Beyond. Yeah, Workhorse is moving up. Yes, kind of getting stopped out here around 20, right? It does look bullish, though. It does look like it wants to just pop, like explode above 22. It looks like it's coiling up. It does look very bullish here. But the question is, will it be more chopping here, or will they let it explode? Yeah, Peloton is ripping on news that they're going to be making a cheaper. Is it in the news this morning on this list here? Oh, here it is. So Peloton is going to be cutting the price of its exercise bike by 24%. It's going to add a treadmill that's cheaper and then add a pricier version of its bicycle. So the good news is I think that they're going to cater to different price points, even though it's relatively expensive. It's pretty expensive. To buy a Peloton, and plus, not only do you have to buy the bike, you then pay the monthly subscription to be a part of the classes and all that. So they've been able to cut down on order delays, so that's good. That's good for the stock. Buy the dip. SHLL. Yeah, Peloton. I mean, Peloton might be one to look at. Honestly, had a pretty nice dip. However, it did go up to like 92. So it's riding it. SHLL. Yeah, they're ramping as well. I think I like Workhorse a little bit better. This looks a little bit more flaky. Workhorse has had a bit more time to consolidate before I'll push up. Man, Dow's down 400 right now. Yeah, I mean, Anyone trade Shopify? Shopify is getting the axe too. Shopify is down 40. Whew. But let's get back down here around 900, which is, I mean, it's trading in a very wide range, but it potentially looks like a predictable range. So we'll see. We'll see if Shop tries to pop up here. What are banks doing right now? JP Morgan's down $2, but I mean it's maintaining its uptrend here. Yeah, Tesla's obliterated, man. Daniel, I mean it's over, bro. It's over. Tesla's over. It's down 71 points for a $300 stock. $400, almost $400 stock on Friday. It did look like Tesla could turn it around this week. We'll see. They're really laying in. It's probably better it's not added to the S&P because they would probably drop the S&P by quite a bit. Tesla's now new Bitcoin. Maybe that's what Elon wanted. You know, maybe he wanted a meme stock. You know, Elon's big on the memes. You know. What your thought on upcoming battery day? Honestly, I'm long Tesla. I'm down 400 on it right now. I was gonna be long battery day. It looks like I'm definitely holding now. I think battery day will definitely pump it, but I don't know by how much. I mean, the market's getting slaughtered right now. Yeah, you're kind of at a point right now where there's so much selling that you gotta, you know, it's not really worth taking the trade off. The best you can do right now is if you're long Tesla and you didn't get out and you didn't cut losses, like I should have probably cut losses on Friday, but I thought really on Friday that was it and they were gonna ramp. Like it came down from 500 down to 400 or 375, and then it ripped up to what was it like 429, 420. Derek's getting kicked in the balls. Welcome to trading. We're laughing with you, Derek. We're laughing with you. But yeah, I mean everything's coming down. Are we getting a Trump tweet or not? Yo, SMH, down 4%. So where's money flowing to? That's the question. Where's money flowing to? Is it flowing into cash? Yeah, I mean Tesla's down 19%. What about Amazon? How's Amazon doing? I mean, Amazon's down 143 points, which is pretty healthy. It's down 4%, but definitely not down 20%. 20% axe. Is Elon still getting his bonus or nah? Yeah, VXX turned around. Watch out, guys. Watch out. You just save money by waiting the first 15 minutes. I always just chill. Like, I know kind of going into it what my positions are going to be. You know, I understand the risk here. But we need more data, like understanding what's going to happen here and waiting for good setups. And I think that especially in slow markets, we don't do that enough. We kind of rush into things like when there's slow markets. When there's fast markets, I think that we're better at waiting for better setups because they happen more frequently. But in slow markets, you get a little bit you're a little bit sloppy because you're like, well, I don't want to wait, or I don't want to do this, or I just want to put a trade on, and then you end up screwing yourself. So I think in fast markets, you actually are more disciplined than in slow markets, and you can make more money. You just have to really, really, really be careful. You know, so many people right now are just buying the dip. And then they get shook out. And that's what creates the volatility. Don't get shook out. Have better entries. If you have better entries and your risk is low, you won't get shook out. Yeah, Walmart's getting clubbed right now. Oof. Walmart is getting clubbed. It's back on the 10-day, though. The 10-day moving average is actually pretty high for Walmart. We'll see. We'll see. I see you, Walmart. I see you. What are you guys doing? What are you guys trading? UVXY. Let's see what UVXY is doing. I got it on my list here. Frank. Yeah, same with VXX, looking pretty much the same in VIX. I mean, man, VIX is up $5. This is where you want to be. I mean, you definitely want to be careful here. You want to be careful. You don't want to just be buying all the time and just, you got to be careful. Walmart Plus will boost it, right? That's the plan, Tyler, but it's definitely shaking people out. Definitely shaking people out. I mean, the thing is, I can't believe that I've been getting clubbed over the head with Walmart, but I am still green on the trade. I mean, that is crazy, crazy. I'll wait for Kodak to $2. Take Kodak off your watch list. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I don't know if that's necessarily true for Walmart's case. They're entering a brand new market. Disney's trying, yeah. Here we go. Beyond Meat's up 2%. I mean, it's been ramping up. The 5-minute chart's looking decent. Looks a little bit bullish here. I'm eyeing Square for a potential day trade. If this could pump back up to 145, would be nice. But I don't know when I'm going to be able to enter it. Square's looking pretty good on the 15-minute chart. We'll see. Nick, what time frame do you usually take? Nathan, I trade on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. If we have super high volatility, you can switch to the 1-minute, but the 5-minute paired with the 15-minute is relatively good for me in my trading strategy. Yeah, Facebook is trying as well. I don't know if I want to buy the Facebook dip though. I don't know about it. I don't know about Facebook. Apple's trying to coil up too. I think I would buy Apple before Facebook. I don't know. I mean, Nvidia, what's Nvidia doing? Nvidia looks like it could really push up to 500. Nvidia is another stock I like to trade a lot. Definitely looks like it could ramp up. I mean, this is where things are going to get a little interesting. Well, didn't last long. Domino's, just so you guys know, is red. Domino's is absolutely red. At least Walmart's back above 140. But yeah, the market, I mean, Dow's down 500 now. The NASDAQ really hasn't moved any lower. It's been down 350 this whole time, and S&Ps are down 70 now. So S&Ps dropped another 20 points. So look at SPX. SPX is looking a little rough, but we may see some reversals here. The question is, like, how strong are these reversals going to be? This is just dead cat. Are they just gonna short right into those rips? But Qs are holding right here. They're maintaining 272, which, I mean, giving up this leg up. I mean, not horrible. I know that it feels bad, but I mean, we're back to where we were just like 2-3 weeks ago. I mean, not that bad. Coming up on the 50-day, we'll see what happens with the Qs here. I mean, we're probably gonna get, obviously not an investment advisor here, but we're probably gonna get a green day here soon. We're probably gonna get a green day. I thought it was going to be the day, possibly with futures, but the futures weren't up that much for that to really matter, and then the volume was really low. Christopher, AMD. Yeah, AMD looks strong. I think that I want more data. I'm probably not going to commit a trade for another hour or so, just to try to get a feel for what's happening here. Obviously you don't want to just go short because how much more are they going to try to squeeze out today, but you also don't want to go long either in case they decide to hey, they're trying to rip it down. So, I mean, there are looking like some good setups here, but I don't want to be the first guy to rush into these. I'm just gonna chill. Yeah, SPY broke 335. Yeah, I mean it's in danger. SPY is in danger. What about FMCI? But yeah, AMD looks good, but I don't want to buy the dip yet. I don't want to buy it yet. At least for me. They're doing this to make Trump look bad. I don't know if he needs help with that. Yeah, FMCI, I mean, it's bounced below. It's been holding 20 pretty good, so. And today it's just ramping. Had nice support on Friday after it ripped down to 18, came back to 20, and now it's just ripping. Trading in NVIDIA today. I think, Joshua, I think I will be trading NVIDIA. I'm looking. I think Square and NVIDIA have pretty good setups. I mean, Facebook's has a good setup, but sometimes Facebook for me is for day trading is pretty disappointing. I'll just be honest. A lot of stocks run, and Facebook sometimes stays flat. Apple stays flat. The city's in danger. Our marriage is in danger. What? I'm so confused. Disney. You guys are talking about Disney. Yeah, Disney's trying to ramp up here. And oil got slaughtered. What? That's pretty bad. Oil's down $3. Yeah, Disney's actually, Disney's up 1%. It's been maintaining this 130 area pretty nicely, so, which is interesting. I mean, I think that coronavirus fears are kind of on the low end. What do you guys think? Does anyone here even care about coronavirus anymore? Or? People just forgot it exists. Yeah, if you're looking at Illinois, so since I'm in, this is the United States. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what is up with this big spike, but I mean, it's obviously the numbers have been climbing up since we got out of quarantine, right? But not terrible. I don't know what happened, what caused this big spike. I don't know if this is a bad number or not because it came right back down. I don't really understand. But, I mean, it's not like it's getting that much worse. And if you look at deaths, I mean, deaths in the United States right now, I mean, we're only at 8. We're single digits. And then this is Illinois. Sorry. All regions. So deaths right now are kind of chilling. New cases. Okay, sorry. I didn't do all regions. I'm actually currently sick with COVID. Caught me off guard. Yo, Arctic Wolf, man. Sorry to hear. You hope you're doing well. I know a lot of people that got COVID, and it's definitely no joke. But how did you get it? Some of the people that I've talked to know exactly how they got it, and some people are disappeared. I have no idea. But okay, so this is the United States. Obviously, Illinois is uptrending, but all regions, the United States, definitely there is a significant downtrend to the number of new cases every day, and then deaths were kind of flat. Actually got it from my girlfriend. Wow. Well, though she wasn't hit as hard from it. Yeah, it appears from the people in my circle, it appears that even when the men get it, the women are not getting it. or if they get it, they're not even like that sick. So I think with coronavirus being suppressed, and now I don't know if it's going to ramp up in the fall or anything like that, but I think stocks like Disney and travel stocks should probably do well. And I definitely noticed like being out this weekend. I mean, I didn't go out. I was out and about. I went to some stores and stuff. I didn't go on vacation or anything. But the one thing that I will say is that people are getting more liberal, especially in Illinois. Illinois is super, super strict. And, people are starting to live life again, which I think is a good thing, but also we'll kind of see what happens. Man, NVIDIA, I do want to go in NVIDIA, but I'm going to chill. But NVIDIA looking good. I just don't want to get flushed down. 480 was a good entry. 480 on NVIDIA would have been a good entry. Bought some AMD, Christopher. Tesla looks like a dip buy. If anybody wants in, 340. Tesla looks like a dip buy. Sorry, it's not funny, guys. It's not funny. People are losing a lot of money today. But I see a lot of potential. I see a lot of potential today. We're gonna be okay. Slow and low. We'll make a couple bags. We'll call it a day. Everything's gonna be fine. Yo, I told you guys, Beyond's ramping up pretty hard. It's up 450 now. Beyond, baby. Beyond, let's go. At least I'm making money somewhere. Yeah, I mean, SPY is back above 335. Is at 336 right now. So this is definitely interesting. Let's see Square. There's some good setups. I got a conference call here in a few minutes, so I don't want to get dedicated to it. I don't want to put a trade on. But there definitely looks like some good setups here. Nothing can stop the new NVIDIA chips. I agree. NVIDIA is in a lane of its own. However, options pricing. Let me see how much are these costing. NVIDIA cost for a call for this week expiration probably going to be pretty high. That's like $17. I mean, well, we're on Tuesday as well. Might as well buy next week's for $25. Buy the 490 call, $25. Yeah, we'll see. There's gonna be some good opportunity here. Roku's green. Roku, what's Netflix doing? Netflix trying to ramp too. So I mean, people are gonna get their faces ripped off. Just don't go in blindly short. Don't go in blindly long. You need to stay disciplined here. Nasdaq's cutting some losses up 100 points, which is pretty huge. I mean, it's still down 250, but it got back 100 points. I mean, that's big. Real big. I mean, Amazon came back. I mean, it was down 143 points. Now it's down 90. Just got back 50 points. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, you guys. But be safe today. Seriously, stay disciplined. Look for good setups. I'm going to be looking for good setups only. Safe. Slow and low. No YOLO. No YOLO. All right, guys. I'm going to take off. You guys stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.